Hey guys, Samurai here, back again with another video. And the video I wanted to originally upload this week is going to be postponed till March because I have to get a couple more assets together. Sorry, but instead here's another video very similar to what I was going to do. What if Ash... And we're not going to be using Sinnoh Pokemon to say that, oh yeah, because these Pokemon were in the Hisuian decks, they count. No, we're going to use strictly Hisuian Pokemon, which means if they're not Hisuian, we can't put them on. So no Pachirisu, no Spiritomb, just Hisuian Pokemon. Alright, cool, let's go. This was inspired by my friend Infamous Trainer's video. Go check his video out, it'll be in the link in the description. Anyways, let's get started. So for Ash's first Pokemon, we have to go with Pikachu. It's the mascot, not to mention it's his most recognizable Pokemon. It's like splitting up Goku and his Nimbus. It doesn't make sense, so let's just not do it. Even in the Hisui region, even if it does take place 150 years before any main game story does, I can't honestly see us splitting up Ash and Pikachu. You're just too much of an iconic duo. Not to mention, even in the Pokemon Legends Arceus special we got, Ash still had Pikachu with him, so you know, it works. For the second member of Ash's team, I decided to go with Hisuian Samurott. Wow, what a surprise. I know, this is expected of me. But in Infamous's video, he did go with Rowlet, so I did want to differentiate myself by going with the water type option. As Ash did have an Oshawott that I made a what if video about, you should go check that out, hehe, plug. Yeah, but as for Ash's starter, I could totally see it being Hisuian Samurott. Hisuian Samurott does have the dark type, and while you might say Ash's Greninja was also a dark type, it didn't really have any dark type moves, and Greninja doesn't exactly speak as a dark type Pokemon, so I think it still works here. Not to mention, they work for different reasons, as Hisuian Samurott has a bunch of different moves compared to Greninja, so it's not like they're going to be fighting the same way. Not to mention, its dex entry even supports their different fighting styles, as its dex entry reads, and I quote, "Hard of Heart and Deft of Blade, this rare form of Samurott is a product of the Pokemon evolutions in the region of Hisui. Its turbulent blows crash into foes like ceaseless pounding waves. It would use swords more than it did shurikens, so I think we can excuse it being a water and dark type now, can we?" The next Pokemon we have up is another Unova Pokemon, which is Hisuian Braviary. A lot of people could see Ash catching Hisuian Braviary, and I have to agree in this case. Hisuian Braviary radiates a certain coolness to it, not to mention, Braviary is the Unova bird Ash should have caught. Let's be honest, we don't really like Unpheasant here on this channel, not because it's bad, but because it's painfully mediocre. But I would love to see Ash use a Hisuian Braviary. Not to mention, with its unique dex entry, Screaming, a blood-curdling battle cry, this huge ferocious bird goes out on the hunt. It blasts lakes with shockwaves, and then it scoops up any prey that floats to the water's surface. You hear that? That means this Pokemon could be one of the few Ash-related Pokemon that use sound as an attack. You might be saying, but Noivern exists, except this Pokemon will be actually good in its series. I could totally see it using some Psychic type moves that Ash isn't used to using, like Psychic itself, signature move Esper Wing. I think Hisuian Braviary would be a great addition to Ash's squad, and would be a fan favorite if it was added. For Ash's fourth Pokemon, I decided to go with a really popular option, being Hisuian Arcanine. Hisuian Arcanine is a massively popular Pokemon and was super hyped up. Not to mention, its unique typing of Firing Rock could add some very much needed variety to Ash's team at this point. Not to mention, there isn't a lot of fire types to choose in Sinnoh. Let's say Pokemon Legends Arceus is pretty faithful to what the original Diamond and Pearl had. But this Pokemon offers a lot of cool moves and techniques that Ash could use, such as Flare Blitz, Raging Fury, Rock Slide, and Giga Impact. These moves would be massively helpful for Ash. Not to mention, its dex entry says, it dwells on sacred peaks perpetually covered in snow. It's said to appear to virtuous people who have lost their way on mountain paths, and it guides them back down to the mountain base. Now, if there's one thing we know about Ash, he's pretty virtuous. Like, he gets chosen by legendary Pokemon a lot, so I think that Arcanine would have an inclination towards Ash, reading its dex entry. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, let's move on to Ash's fifth member. Next one up, we have a Pokemon that a lot of people didn't really say. A lot of people said give him Sneasler from what I've heard, but instead I'm giving him Ursaluna. Ursaluna is one of the newer Pokemon added, and it's an evolution to Ursaring. Now, a lot of people are saying, isn't Ursaring more of a ball Pokemon? And yeah, you'd be right, but I think Ursaluna could work with Ash. I don't know, I just get the hunch that it could be like a powerhouse in the middle of the series, similar to what Goodra was to Greninja. But I think this Pokemon could be really useful towards Ash. I believe that Ursaluna could help Ash in a lot of battles with its incredibly bulky physique and high attack. With moves like Bulldoors, High Horsepower, Headlong Rush, Double Edge, and Slash, that moveset is something to be feared, to be honest. I could also see Ash riding Ursaluna just to get to place, even with Arcanine too, but I could see with Ursaluna a bit more than I could see with Arcanine. Don't ask me why, I just can. Now for Ash's last and final Pokemon, I decided to go with a really popular Pokemon at the time, Hisuian Zoroark. Now Hisuian Zoroark, I could honestly see a really cool arc with Ash, because its Dex entry and its whole backstory to Hisuian Zoroark and Zoroark is that they were disrespected by humanity and then, you know, don't like humanity anymore and lash out. So I could honestly see an arc where Hisuian Zoroark learns to trust people again. I could honestly see that being really cool. Not to mention, it's a ghost and normal type. That's a really unique type combination that we haven't seen before, and especially in the anime as of late. It has moves like Shadow Sling, Shadow Claw, Extra Sensory, Nasty Plot, and Dark Pulse. Those moves are great and would be excellent for Ash to have. You know, a good variety of ice type moves, so that would also help out. So for Ash's rotation, yeah, I'm including rotations. For Ash's rotation, we're gonna have Hisuian Goodra. Now you might be saying, Ash already caught a Goodra in the original series. This would be more of Ash's previous life, past life, whatever you want to call it. It's not Ash, but it is. It's like Ash is the reincarnation of this dude, if that makes sense. But he's gonna get Hisuian Goodra. Now Hisuian Goodra, it is a Steel and Dragon type. A type combination Ash has never had before, and it's pretty cool to be honest. Now Hisuian Goodra could be really useful, but I see it still being a rotation, not being too strong, but still being a sleeper hit. Very similar to what Leavanny was. I could see it using moves like Dragon Pulse, Acid Spray, Hydro Pump, and Giga Impact to do some massive damage on Pokemon. And I could see it being a great help to Ash in general. The next rotation Pokemon, Hisuian Sneasel. Now you might be saying Sneasel, why not Sneasler? Simple, I like Sneasel more. That's it. That's just it. Hisuian Sneasel gives me that essence of a Pokemon that has potential, but never gets used enough to realize it. But it does have the poison and fighting typing, and poison isn't a type Ash uses a lot, so I could definitely see it being useful. It can use moves like Swords Dance, Poison Jab, Swift, and with its tutor moves being Dark Pulse, False Swipe, Ice Beam, Icy Wind, and Ice Punch, I could see it being very useful and very versatile. Its Dex entry even reads, its sturdy curved claws are ideal for transcending cliffs. From the tips of its claws drips venom that irritates the nerves of any prey caught in Sneasel's grasp. From what I got from this is that its claws are super sharp, even sharper, maybe even sharper than regular Sneasel. I could see it being very useful in the very extreme wilds of Hisui. Let me know what you guys thought of this team. Would you guys like me to use the team in an actual what if video where I say what if Ash was in Pokemon Legends Arceus instead of just the Hisui region team? Let me know in the comments below and I might make that video later on. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys later. Samurai out.